As all parents and teachers know, children have a natural capacity to memorize rhythmic chunks of language. And so deeply do these rhythmic chunks penetrate that we never forget them, such as we find in nursery rhymes. The rhythmic chunks of language that we find in nursery rhymes penetrate very deeply. And this is something that we can make use of in the classroom. One of the first things that children have to learn is how to produce the sounds of the language. This is oracy, learning how to produce the sounds of the language. And we can use nursery rhymes and rhythm to help children develop oracy. When we use rhyme, we are depending on 6 R's. The first 3 are rhyme, rhythm, and repetition. And we use these in the classroom to help the children learn language. If you look at Gateway, you will see that we use rhyme, rhythm, and repetition even in the reading passage, as this makes it easier for the children to learn. Here is the Lesson 1 text. The man in the van saw a mouse in the house, and a dog and a frog, and a fox on the box, and a cat on the mat, and a boy with a toy. And the rhyming words, man, van, mouse, house, dog, frog, etc., and the rhythm help the children to remember the text. And of course, the colour pictures that accompany the text help the children to remember the text and understand. They scaffold or support the learning. Here is a rhyme from the primer. It is a counting rhyme designed to familiarise children with the names of animals and numbers. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, there's a tiger on the tree. 2, 3, 4, there's a tiger at the door. A tiger at the door and an elephant too, an ox and a goat and a big kangaroo. When we give these rhymes to children, we find that they're very receptive to them, and they can retain these rhymes and reproduce them. So these are the 6 R's that I spoke about earlier. Rhyme, rhythm, and repetition lead to reception, retention, and reproduction. Another important feature of rhyme is that they contextualize language. In the 1, 2, 3 rhyme, we have 1, 2, 3, there is a, 2, 3, 4, there is a. We have prepositions, a tiger at the door, a tiger on the tree, and we have a number of animals and sound clusters. There's a tiger at the door, and 3, 3. These sound clusters are all presented unconsciously to the children, and they are assimilating them while they are memorizing the rhyme. And this unconscious assimilation of language is exactly what happens when we learn our mother tongue. You can see all these principles in operation if you look at another counting rhyme, 5 Little Monkeys, which is in Gateway Reader number 1. I shall recite the rhyme, and as you listen, try to identify the rhythm. That is, try to identify the words that I'm stressing. 5 little monkeys walked along the shore. 1 sailed away in a boat, then there were 4. 4 little monkeys climbed up a tree. 1 fell down, then there were 3. 3 little monkeys found a pot of glue. 1 got his head stuck in, then there were 2. Did you notice that each line had the same four strong beats? 5 little monkeys walked along the shore. 1 sailed away in a boat, then there were 4. So when a teacher is introducing a rhyme, she should first read it to herself several times to familiarize herself with the rhyme. Then she should read it aloud to the children while they listen. Then the teacher should read a line and ask the children to repeat it, and so on through the rhyme. There are, of course, sets of questions which accompany the rhyme, but this first stage is very important. When the teacher is trying to elicit the rhyme from the children, she can help them provide scaffolding by giving them the first word or a few key words and ask the children to respond. So, for example, the teacher might begin 5 little and hope that the children can remember monkeys. This also applies to poems too, but obviously, unlike with poems which are designed to be simple and immediately accessible, poems are not so obviously rhythmic. Here is a poem from Lesson 1 of Gateway Reader 2. It's called Dinosaur. Who's that knocking at my door? Can it be a dinosaur? Dinosaurs are huge and grand, leaving footprints on the land. Again, the teacher should read the poem a few times to herself to establish the rhythm of the poem and where the stresses should fall. And these always fall on the rhyming words at the end of each line. So, for example, who's that knocking at my door? Can it be a dinosaur? Dinosaurs are huge and grand, leaving footprints on the land, and so on.